I thought I was recording before, but apparently I wasn't, so I'm trying again. Let's thank Lurkit and Red Deer Games for allowing me to show you this game, which is probably for the Doom fans, at least in how it plays. That sounds different when I thought I was recording it the first time.
Here we go.
So I know I need to change the... No, I don't. I've changed that already. The fire, alternate fire, hyperblast. L reloads, and A melees. The game didn't tell me either of these. Apparently the right stick button does a checkpoint. But D-pad up and down do change weapons. So that's all important because not everything is going to be taught, and I'm playing this on the Switch. So this is actually a remake from November 2025 of a game called Wrack in September 2014. So over 11 years and this game has new blood, and I'm apparently allowed to show you this. So let's see about the difficulties, like cakewalk for checking out the game, cheats enabled, casual, a casual easygoing experience, medium, average difficulty for the average player like me. I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, so hardcore, tough but fair, probably. And balderdash, if your streak ends, you die. So that's got to be a speedrun thing right there. And then custom, you can make your own customized experience, but I'm not going to. So I'm not going to press a button to skip the text lest I end up going over text that I forget to read. World peace at last. In the year 2037, a small team led by Dr. Carl Landis completed their construction of a device that gave humanity something it sought for millennia: perfect alchemy. With the power to break matter into energy and reform it into any material, the Osiritron could convert 10 pounds of garbage to 10 pounds of gold, all in the blink of an eye. Now that physical resources are no longer scarce, tensions around the world have eased, militaristic forces have dismantled, and scientific discoveries have been plentiful. Life is good. But not for everyone. Why not for everyone, though?
What's wrong? You seem even crankier than usual today.
Oh, it's nothing. Just can't shake this uneasy feeling. Like things are too good right now.
Really? So, it's bad that things are peaceful now?
It's making us soft. What are we going to do when hard times come?
Hard times? What are you talking about? We have everything we could ever need.
What if there's a disaster? Or a war? There's more to life than raw materials. I know your dad is very proud of what he built, but this peace won't last. It never does.
Okay, you get so stressed out sometimes. Try to relax a little. Maybe when Fabian gets back, we can...
We can what?
Make fun of his shiny, flowing, maiden-like hair.
Don't be jealous. I know it's hard not having my talent or good looks.
Right.
Were you able to get the sword made? Of course. Come on. When have I ever let you down? Here it is. Your brand new Brave Star. This titanium we made it out of is pretty much indestructible. I bet you could block bullets with this thing.
What's with the little spinny cubes?
It's just a bit of flair. You're not against that, are you, Miss Rainbow Hair?
Now you're the one who's jealous.
This is amazing. It's a miracle you were able to get this made. You're so restrictive about what you can make out of titanium.
You're welcome, by the way. I really had to pull some strings. There's a reason titanium is restricted. It's dangerous, especially in the wrong hands. What do you need more weapons for anyway? Isn't all of this enough? I'm amazed you have trouble sleeping.
There's no such thing as being armed enough. What was that?
An explosion! What the hell? Here?
I'll go out and investigate. You two stay here. Sounds like a perfect opportunity to take that sword for a spin.
How can you joke right now?
I'll be in contact. Stay safe. All right, Brave Star. Time to find out what you and I are made of. And with his not sleeping as well and feeling a need to not be soft, he's probably suited for this. And now it stinks a little bit because I did the tutorial when I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so you don't get to see it. Maybe it's okay enough. An explosion. What in the world is going on out there?
Be careful, Kane. You have no idea what you're up against.
Don't worry. I'm prepared for anything. Yeah, now you are. Show him what that beauty can do. I plan to. And how many levels do I plan to do?
Neat.
And I'll strike them both so to reset the kill count. Okay, there's automatic, or there's burst fire with that.
Low ammo.
Okay, there's more enemies getting killed.
Reset.
Then I need to hit this button. I can skip that since I've done it. And there's armor. Then I ought to do this here.
Neat.
But I don't have any ammo, so I'm kind of in a bad place right now. Although I got this here. Oh, there goes the street. I hit the wrong button. Hit a face button instead of the CL button that I need to hit to deflect these. And you don't hold the button. You gotta time it. Being very much like a lightsaber wielder in Star Wars. Not just Jedi or Sith. Either or, really. I'll grab these bullets here. Oh, they're corpses on a thing. Then 3 kills in 1 strike. Then I totally forgot to refill. Now I can Hyper Blast. But I need to do that against that, though. Why don't I deflect these?
Impressive.
I'm glad that does go back to them and kill them.
Kane, we just saw something super dangerous flying towards you. It's some sort of huge robot. You had better create a checkpoint just to be safe.
A checkpoint? What will that do?
It'll give you a place to pick back up if something bad happens to you. Like, deadly bad. You don't want to lose your progress and do everything again, do you?
Just don't die. Easy.
We don't have time for this. I'm not opening these doors until you make a checkpoint, Kane. They normally cost some of your points, but this one's on the house, so no excuses.
How many points would it cost normally then? Oh, we have a checkpoint there. Oh, I haven't spent points here. Never mind then. And that is overfilling my health. That's all right. There's a robot there. Geyser or gazer. I can frankly deflect the bullets. Not that that did much though. Yeah, that ain't striking like I thought it would. The laser can really hurt in short time. Alright, get some armor here. We can do that. Oh, that's what the gauge is for. That yellow gauge there, you won't be able to melee attack again with that until it fills. And I see what it is. I need to crouch, then super jump.
Danger.
I need to hold crouch in order to do that. I'll reset that timer. Okay. Glad to get all that back. Did I hear another one coming towards me? No.
Impressive.
But I couldn't even super jump over that. Or do I have to hold it longer? It looked like I couldn't go that way anyway. And what's this? The gauge is not going down on this. So that's kind of more than all right. This is very arcade style right here. But what is the hyper blast with this sword even? I would love to get more health back though. Now I can bring these down. I'll be careful here now. I almost straight up died. I don't feel like grabbing that money there. I don't trust myself. I probably need to checkpoint.
Good.
Oh, the points are to the right. To the left is how many points I need to make a checkpoint. Now I see things. And that wants revenge. Didn't get all its health back. It sure did send things my way. I guess I just don't have a pistol anymore. It's a shame because I like the pistol. That laser's problems though. I thought I might be able to deflect those. I can deflect those too, but I can't reach that.
Depleted.
But what good is all that if I can't swing the sword? Yeah, I can't reach with that. Okay, I did that all in one life. And instead of falling down, it exploded. So it's gotta be dead.
Oh, what did you have to do that for? It never did anything to you. Other than try to exterminate you, of course. My poor geyser. Your days of roaming the skies and murdering are over. Until I make a new one, that is.
So you're behind this little invasion then? You've seen what I can do. I suggest you leave.
Oh, please. Do I look like one of those slimy Arcturans? I, Exo, merely supply their robot army. I'll give them this much. They're wise to use superior fighters in place of their own fragile, fleshy kind.
Superior. Right. How many shotgun blasts did Geyser take before going down? 3?
So you think you're funny, do you? We'll see who has the last laugh. Until we meet again.
Wait, these Arcturans, what are they doing here?
They have probes all over the galaxy. Clearly you've done something that's gotten their attention.
Yo, Cybertron.
Sure, whatever. That sounds like something those unambitious brutes would be after. I, however, have my own plans. And if for whatever reason you value your pathetic life, you'll stay out of my way. Goodbye!
So if he's not an Arcturan, is he a human? If he is, then why would he go against humanity? And I guess the treasure is just a whole lot of coins and pickups around the place. Very Dune-like with secrets to discover as well. And it keeps track of how many streaks I drop. I ain't worried about setting records here. I'm worried about showing you all the game and what it's like and seeing and feeling what it's like for myself. Very, very, very comic book-like. You all heard that, right? These aliens must be after the Osiratron. We've got to stop them. I know what I heard. I heard you not ask that flying cyborg about his hoverboard. The most advanced tech this planet has ever seen, and you're not even curious. My tech is wasted on you. Thanks, Mr. Luddite.
This could be a disaster. There's no telling what an alien race could use the Osiratron to build. Weapons? Nuclear material? Worse! How did we let this happen? We should have been more secretive, more careful.
Or not built it in the first place. Look, it's not over yet. You can still stop them. Where's this thing being kept?
It's actually really close by. But the whole city is on lockdown. You're gonna have to make a major detour.
Guess where to? I'll give you a hint. It's gonna get real smelly real fast. Yuck. Whatever. As long as I get there in time. Just send me the coordinates. You got it.
Good luck out there.
So you get hit hard and you gotta be careful. See? Told you. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Ugh. Stench. This is what I get for not bringing nose plugs. Wanted to see what else is around before going this way. Oh, these are dual pistols here. I want to get those kills in, and I didn't see that there. Oh no. The melee attack is just a slam down of the sword, the Brave Star. So I don't have to break it out.
Excellent.
I couldn't tell anything. If I have it out, I can actually deflect those shots. I don't know if I want to do that though.
Good.
Looks like there's buttons. It's Tydirium coin, so I sacrificed my health and whatnot for that. And I had to just go into these doors here. And there are some headshots to really take advantage of. That probably would come in real handy against bosses. But why can't I go back to the pistols though? I didn't see there's one right here. Yeah. You do get hit hard. Why can't I go back to my pistols, though? I have more of a preference for the pistols here. I'm trying to break those. Why can't I aim properly, too? So I really wanted to do that for a Tydirium coin.
Excellent.
But I also need some armor, and now I need to get me some ammo. But then how I open that door, I don't all the way wonder.
Headshot.
Now they're actually firing. Do I really need to grab all the treasure? I don't think I do.
Good.
I'm not trying to play this to perfection.
Reset.
Killing the corpses, breaking the corpses, resets the kill timer. I don't know how that didn't work there.
Reset.
I don't think I want to pick up that shotgun right now. And that was right in front of me and it didn't even work. I didn't have much in the way of burst fire ammo there. So I don't need that. But I really can't go back unless it's D-pad to change the firearm. No, it's just a different firearm is what it is. So I can't be sure of all that. It said up and down would change weapons, but not left and right.
Danger. Reset. Overkill.
Let me get more of these swings in.
Let's go.
Level 2 hyper shot. Way more kill than I needed to do there. I don't mind. I didn't see that there.
Neat.
Where's any health though? I'm surprised that didn't kill. Only this were considered a secret. Alright.
Good.
Better make checkpoints lest I forget about them. I don't want to start all the way over.
Neat.
Depleted, but that was killing. There's so much there, and me with no grenades of any kind.
Ready?
Thank you, checkpoint. But how do I miss some things at times?
Danger. Deflected.
And I ought to really deflect some things right back at the shooters.
Kill.
And I also ought to grab my health here.
Kill. Neat. Danger. Neat.
I heard danger, so why don't I grab these? And I backed myself into a corner there.
Fantastic.
I'm not that far from the checkpoint though.
Ready.
Look alive as I've died. And so I'll let them come over here.
Reset. Reset. Depleted.
Maybe I ought to stay here while they don't move.
Reset.
Yeah, that felt alright there.
Maximum.
And I see more Arcturans over here and there.
Kill.
Getting more health. Depleted, but I'm using these at least. Still have time. Okay. Oh. I wanted to keep that streak alive. The game had other ideas. And that's no good there. I need to reload. But it stinks when I'm close and I can't even fire and aim properly. That ain't nearly enough there.
Reset.
Why aren't you going down? Streak is alive, but why doesn't that always work? Okay. The alternate fire must be using both barrels. I want to get rid of them real quick here. But getting that is all good. But it's still depleted anyway. Resets are definitely helpful. But understandably, it was getting pretty low. If only that would like auto aim.
Low ammo. Danger. Depleted.
I probably better make a checkpoint here then. Maybe I just deflect these back at them.
Deflected.
If they would stay in place. Whoa.
Ultra kill.
I didn't see that. How did that not kill?
Deflected. Reset.
Okay. But I ain't got much in the way of health, and I don't know where to find anymore. I say, as there turns out to be health right here.
Kill. Neat.
I gotta stay back. Am I really gonna go for this though? Long jumps are totally a thing. I didn't think about that. Well, that's dead.
Ultra kill.
Now I gotta reload, because you can be in a critical time and need to reload and lose your streak or your life. That still wasn't dead. I guess we gotta destroy the corpses in a short enough time is what it is. I don't even know where that is. Back over there? No, that was where I came from.
Excellent.
It felt like back where I came from. I can't be all that sure. I guess I'll go back that way after all. After I reload this. This is a sprint as well. This is probably where I need to go. Multi-kill with a shotgun, no less. Okay, how about... Oh. We're out of ammo with that one. I need more time. Okay, they've all been killed in enough time. So they... I don't know what bonuses I get with a higher streak.
Amazing.
I could not aim properly. But this is also me being stubborn, wanting to go controller instead of mouse and keyboard. This would be a time for a hyper blast. And I am stuck in here. That was a bit of a concern there. And we got more dangerous Arcturian soldiers now. Glue gun grenades. I don't even have a glue gun. So now some blue walls are going down. There are two sections to this place. And now we've got some other things. And I better put this back up. I didn't know about these buttons. Is it just a range thing, or do I have to be in the air? I feel like I need to be in the air. And here comes another one. And another one after that. No hyper blast yet. And no ammo until now. Okay. I wonder if I should have been shooting at those toxic barrels. It's possible, but I'm not overly worried. Check for anything else like these here.
Reset.
Better reload this now, especially now.
Multi-kill.
And deflect these.
Hype increasing. Ultra kill.
Hype increasing, it says. I could use more shotgun shells.
Incredible.
And I didn't see anything else. Oh, it's an elevator. I've got some deflecting to do here.
Ultra kill. Reset. Ultra kill.
It's nice to send them all flying back.
You found a secret. Deflected.
So I found a secret big whoop. What I need is to find light.
Multi-kill. Brutal.
And then a freebie here. I can jump up to it. And that may as well have been acid. But I gotta hold it long enough to be super jumping. There ain't no kill streak to be had here. Or so I spoke too soon. Multi-kills and overkills and ultra kills. Kills, kills, kills.
Brutal.
Well, I can hit that button. Why don't I do this instead? Because we're all out of that. Okay, my hyper shot level goes up with a good enough streak. And higher rate of fire. And more bullets here. Oh. I could be doing better if I had more confidence in my skills. But I am not as skilled in this. And that hit, but it didn't kill somehow. Some Arcturian soldiers are a little tougher. All the comic book feels here, though. I didn't see where they were coming from. Thank you for walking back into that. I appreciate it so much. So do I have another boss? Or another robot, I should say? Looks like not. These points are necessary to do this. Unless I find an item, let me do that instead. That was real necessary.
You found a secret.
I don't know if I needed to find a secret, but I did. And I couldn't get back up there on that jump. Let me reset that. And there's a whole other side is what this is. I had to do it. Glue gun grenades, but I don't have no glue gun though. Now the yellows are down. So now we'll be able to get out of here once I find the way. More armor again. So there's a bit of stage here. I ain't mad about it. Makes sense. It's totally fine. That ain't a secret. There's the glue gun grenade launcher. I don't know enough about that. Are they bouncing? Are they bouncing Betty bombs? But then what about the alternate fire? I have no idea what the point of the glue gun grenades is, and I totally didn't set a checkpoint.
Ready.
So I've got to do a bit of that again. Oh, goodness. I've got a lot to do again.
Danger.
I did not think about that at all. And you really can slide in the air across. Or so it seems. And then reset. And to the shotgun. We've seen that already. And this time I'll set up a checkpoint after I grab this armor. That just feels oh so necessary. At least for the average player like me. So we get that out of the way. I'll grab that again anyway. But what point is there to this, though? Is it a proximity thing, then? Do they stay in place or something? And I went right into that shot there. There's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I'm just glad I can't be told what that is until after the fact. I mean, learn this or not learn. Let them all get hurt. Just let that happen somewhere. I'm willing to think what it could be is I'm hurting myself because I'm too close to these explosions. That is my current thought process. So I need to stay moving and away from these explosions. That's what it feels like anyway. Whoa. Didn't see those coming. But what is the alternate fire, if there even is any? Oh, let's fire further out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. And then they're still not done. Are we done? Are we done? Looks like we're done. Once again, by the skin of my teeth, at least in this section. I didn't need to set another checkpoint.
Yes.
This is only part 1, though.
So close.
Oh.
Silver.
I wouldn't realize that, but I had the checkpoint, so I don't know how good that would have been. Part 1, though.
Ready?
I ain't trying to part 1 this. I hope there's only 2 parts to this.
Maximum.
But twin pistols can be a fun thing to wield.
Reset.
I don't mind getting a bit more ammo here. They sure seem to come a little out of nowhere. But if it's like a boomer shooter, shouldn't in general I stay on the move? Shouldn't I in general be on the move to have less chance of getting hurt? Nothing went to the targets that were shooting. It would have been nice if it did. I don't know if I feel like going over there just yet. Headshots would probably do me a little better. I wonder how many enemies you could get in a multi-kill of that caliber anyway. But what kind of hyper blast is the sword hyper blast, the Brave Star hyper blast? Need more energy. You know what? That felt right. And I guess it's a long jump, long super jump is what that is. Having the high ground is generally a good thing. In fact, that just felt real helpful. There ain't no doors around here. I'm glad to have gotten those, though.
Great.
Just not enough time. Glad to have the health, though. Stay away from the shots, though. I want to get those drones. Now I'm all out. I wish I could hit that chump up there. Fine. I'll super jump up here. That killed everything here. So that can make for big multi-kills. I thought I could have done it even with the depleted sword to get a reset, but no. I ain't got no ammo for that one. Now there's a reset. What do people think of the sci-fi? This is sci-fi, so what's a favorite piece of sci-fi media of yours, actually? There's all kinds, and it can be a movie, it can be a book, it can be a video game, be anything you want it to be. But I think I need to do that. And this here. But there's definitely plenty of women Arcturan soldiers. They can be called Valkyries if they want to be, perhaps. Maybe I will grab a couple of grenades. Probably oughta... Whoa. I didn't even think about that. I thought of the checkpoint just way too late.
Excellent.
No, that wasn't.
Ready?
I thought of it when I saw the swarm, and I didn't do anything about it. That was definitely a problem. Let me reset that, why don't I? It isn't depleted, though. It is now. In lieu of any machine guns, the rapid fire, or rapid burst fire of the, whatchamacallits, the pistols will have to do. That ain't resetting. That is. And so, not so much on a roll now. Let me get a little health and a little armor then. This ain't considered a secret. I can't even grab it now. Until now. Headshots don't always matter if they don't get the kill. Reset so I can do this here, or try to. While I fire at that.
Unreal.
And then, there's the grenade. Just too late with that one. Streak's still alive. I did not mean for that. And the corpse went away. Just restarted. Oh, my health is all good, though.
Good. Overkill.
That alternate fire of both barrels can be, unfortunately, slow.
Overkill. Reset.
But I'm much in the way of ammo there. Here. I know this is a thing. Spectacular ought to be the best kind of grade you can get.
Marvelous.
I ain't overly worried. This would be a good time to set up a checkpoint here again. That's just very, very helpful, and I shouldn't neglect it. At least that's available. I do need these back. When I stay back here. Didn't say overheat, did it? Alright. So what door opened again?
Fantastic.
Let me get some high ground over here. That's a whole lot of stuff there, though. I may as well deflect a good few things. And in danger, but a lot of deflection. This encounter's over. Is this where I should go? Can't tell for the life of me. Not so depleted now. I'm glad to have all these pickups though. Then I back into the corner. Let me stay moving, get to a good position, keep the streaks alive. How are those not resetting though? That didn't make no sense.
Low ammo.
I don't like the whole low ammo thing, so I'll kind of have to consider the shotgun. And something that's totally behind me. Plenty of commentary though, or parroting the game. I want more general strikes than this instead of for sure aim. This is definitely a lot of trouble though. Yeah, I was in trouble here. I was definitely in trouble.
Ready.
This amount of health is fine. I ain't got no real issue with that. They don't sound like they speak a human language. We get a reset there, and I dig it. What about that? And then more strikes there. We still had enough meter there. Let me deflect that so that it gets some more health back. Or get more sword gauge back. I had to go for that. I had to. At least I got kills and I have more health than I did. So I can checkpoint here. Not much in the way of ammo left now. But hey, we took it down. I wanted the shotgun, that's what I wanted. Getting plenty of hits there is real nice. Why don't I bounce these back? Only they can go back to that soldier. But I can't aim at that very well. Don't realize the power of those shots though. And they probably do home in. Okay, you're not gonna do that, so I'll just fire at you then. Now I'm still alive. But this is not a lot here. I better do that there. That ain't nearly enough ammo. I couldn't do anything about that, it felt like. And then I just dropped down here. I will take that death. I did not care because that was too much of a drop.
Ready?
You know what? I'll fire from this distance.
Ultra kill.
That won't go very far, though. Then I had to realize I was out of that.
Overkill.
And not be too close with the grenade launcher.
Overkill.
Let me get rid of all of them with that. Now they're all down, and I ought to reload this and refuel myself a bit.
Beastly.
We should be getting out of here now with that. But these want to get in the way. Right on their body is not a preferred place to shoot them.
Kill.
That ain't enough of nothing there, though. So where's the blue door thing? When I go toward enemies, I'm gonna be going towards where I need to be going. So where, oh where? Is it all the way back at the start? Somewhat, perhaps. I deflect that and it won't go right back to you right when you were in front of it. I don't have much in the way of handgun ammo like I'd like.
Section complete.
This can be long, but it does give you more to do. And I should have been doing this here. Why did I not think of doing that in the first place? There's nothing over here. Although there's all this. Holy cow. That was a bit of a lot. Fire all these straight back at their firers. Now that's more power right here. How did I not kill them, though? I don't understand that. Now you're out of the way. But I am not being careful enough, stepping into radiation. Oh no, I want to blast them with grenade stuff over here. And I must have gotten into my own blast.
Ready?
Yeah. I am forgetting the checkpoint too much. A very bad feeling. I don't like that feeling there. I need to be far more aware of the need for the, whatchamacallit, the checkpoints. I gotta make my own checkpoints. That just won't leave me alone, will it? There goes that. Alright, hit this button. Set up a checkpoint. That's what it feels like I should be doing. I keep thinking I hit the button at times, and I apparently don't. Probably reload everything. I've got plenty of points, though. Not the most reaction time, though. There's the reset I want. Yeah, I think here's where I want to be. But which direction I forget. That direction. How do I keep missing though? How about I hit these? Maybe I ought to set up a checkpoint before I step through the teleporter. What's the difference between teleporting and transporting? Feels like teleporting is more of a molecular breakdown thing, but transporting is any form of movement from one destination to another. I'm checkpointing here.
Section complete.
It's all right here. I'll get those barrels blown. Then I'll blow that too. Or so I think. And then I do. Okay, we're in good shape here. How did that not even? How did that not even go? I do like the thought of deflecting those very much. If only deflecting a melee strike would kill them just as easily. I do like causing all that though. I had the wrong weapon out. And again. Let's rack and go, he was going to say until I interrupted it. Yawn. Because it missed. Now I gotta go shotgun again. Where are you and why can't I immediately kill you like I'd like? And there's definitely some arcade shooter style music here too. Why don't I keep deflecting at them down there? Eventually this stuff will hit one of them. Or should. Okay, there's some hits finally. And then I just go in with a big slash on 3 of them. But then there's more. How about we get that across the pond? Then that doesn't always work. Then I'm too slow in getting that out. Okay. That streak still goes on until now. But I did do work though. I did do work. Oh. Wrong. Let them fire at me. And then one fired right close at me. Okay, now I'm okay. But then I think I'll be in a little safety and I keep going into not so safe. Then there's more here as it is. I ought to checkpoint here.
Incredible.
There's more and more enemies though. And there go more and more. What direction should I be going? Sometimes it feels a little like a maze. Reset and opposite of deplete. Okay, we're still doing all right here. More armor.
Beastly.
And that's one button, but it doesn't do anything by itself. And there's the other button. Now the yellow's down. But then there's more of this here. Oh, goodness. Way too much. There's way too much going on here. Double barrel action with 3 points of health left. At least they lumber slowly. Maybe I ought to make a checkpoint over here before I step out. I think I will. Because I really am on the verge. So where to go from here then? And who's waiting to shoot me down? Okay, it's not here. It must be there then. As them fire at me, I deflect it right back at them. Then I have armor, but armor won't be a guarantee. It'd be a fraction. Oh, and then there's people up there.
Good.
Where's an elevator that's down?
Deflected. Reset. Kill.
Deflect all this here. And still somehow have ammo.
Depleted.
Thank you, headshots. That's alright too. Low ammo.
Low ammo.
Low ammo is not so alright. Some health, on the other hand, is alright. Just in case. You don't get the fire on me. Should be okay here now.
Section complete.
Have to be all the way sure. Perhaps the boss is coming up. It is. So this should lead us to the Osiratron then. Definitely Robot Tech Mechron. I need to be quick on the trigger. Quick on the aim and quick on the trigger. And this is the only long range thing I have here. But it would be terrible if I actually hit it before or in a wall. And frankly, a headshot or a bunch of them would have been real great there. Like that. I didn't realize I could be stunned. That was real nice. That was alright there for the moment. Plenty of headshots, plenty of hurt. But not when you don't have much in the way of ammo anymore. That's it for that then. I think I want to go with the shotgun. It doesn't have the most range, but it still does anything. Oh. There's pointed out AoEs. So that's what happens when I don't interrupt it with a stun. I'm okay with this fight, though. Those rockets just keep running into each other there. That's all that is. Okay. So it's okay to have those shotgun shells. Still not my preference from distance.
Level complete.
So that should be it for the disposal area there, since there was a boss.
So close.
Again, I was not overly far off. That's okay enough. There's gotta be more story here.
What's this? Another of my creations has been destroyed by that fellow with the sword, no less. How is he able to do such a thing? Come to think of it, that sword of his does look rather peculiar. I wonder, could it be made of the legendary Tidarium? I must obtain a sample at once. If so, this will spare me the chore of exterminating these Arcturans to obtain their supply. What a time saver! An army of indestructible Tidarium robots. Yes, it's one step closer to being in my grasp. All right, Ginger. I have my good eye on you.
Meanwhile,
Is it me, or do you smell even worse than normal?
don't look at me. I've already showered twice today.
Even for you, it smells funky. I'm starting to get the feeling we're not alone in here.
Well, that'd be a shame.
Oh, just help me look around, will you? Maybe one of those little slimy ones made it into the vents or something.
Fine. Gonna start cramping up from all this sitting anyway. That's why the Uncommon Soul during his streams actually suggests every 2 hours to get up and stretch, among other things. Twitch.tv/Uncommon Soul if you're so inclined. That's not Kane who's in the sewers. So,
Ready?
no Osiratron here. First stench, and now heat. Nice. I wonder what fresh new hell awaits me next.
Hang in there, Kane. They're getting close, but they have the Osiratron surrounded.
We've got a bit of a situation on our hands, though, so don't expect much help from us. Everything all right?
Yeah, I think there's just some little stinky thing around here somewhere.
Nothing to worry about. We'll be fine. I'm sure you can handle it. But I am not going to go any further now. Maybe I'll save the game. The game is paused, obviously, it says when paused.
Wrack Reclamation.
I hope it doesn't go into a title screen or... Oh, that was the wrong thing. Oh well. But yeah, that is Wrack Reclamation there. Smooth frame rate is better than a high and inconsistent one. Definitely a smooth frame rate there. And I can appreciate the comic book aesthetic. And it being an arcade style FPS similar to Doom, there's definitely some action to be had. You just gotta be real careful because you can get hit hard if you're not careful. I'd like to think that was also the case in Doom and other of its ilk like Wolfenstein and other things. But there's something there. How much does it cost on the eShop even? Let's go check the eShop for the price. Because this is not a AAA game by any stretch. $15 for this? I can suggest that for $15. That's a fair price for this, I think. So you don't need to see that video there, you just see me play it. But this is not the only game that Lurkit and someone else would allow me to share with you, like RedDeer.Games, for example. So somewhere around, there's surely some other game that Lurkit's allowed me to share with you all. See if you might have any opinion about that and if you should get that game as well.